Wait 1 second, making sure I'm recording. I should be recording now. Okay, hello and welcome back to Random Days again. Random Days, Random Games. Well, Random Games, Random Days. Hopefully you are all doing okay today and staying safe. Sorry about messing up the beginning there. Okay, and in today's episode we're once again playing VTuber Connect. We left off on a cliffhanger last episode. And we might as well just hop right back into it. I made sure to double save. Even though it is an hour apart, I did not do anything. I just left it on while I was uploading another video. We'll see. Does having just one person make that much of a difference? I continue to walk down the path back to Kaz's place. Also, if you don't know what happened last episode, I suggest looking at the last episode. I might give a little bit of an explanation. Okay, so we forgot our keys after helping Kaz, and we're watching Mana stream while walking to Kaz's place. And what I think's gotta happen is that she's gotta be singing at the top of her lungs, and we're gotta be outside of our house, hearing the same thing on the phone, as in, you know what I mean. Okay, we might as well continue. I continue to walk down the path back to Kaz's place. We're already here. I start to see Kaz's house in the distance. It's faint, but I can see some lights are still on. She must still be up. I guess I'll give her a call. I pause Mana stream while she's still singing. I guess I can afford to miss a little bit of the song. I call Kaz's number and put my phone to my ear. I hear my phone ring twice before being sent to voicemail. It only rang twice. Did she reject the call? Yes, I'll try ringing the doorbell once I'm there. I pull up Mana's stream again to see that I hadn't missed too much of the song. After a few seconds, I hear the sound of a phone ringing. It's coming from Mana's stream. Mana's voice hovers as she starts going into a mini panic mode. I can hear the sounds of Mana picking up her phone from her desk. The sound of the phone is silenced after 2 rings. Sorry, I forgot to mute my phone before the stream. There's nothing important, sorry. I'll start the song over. I'm frozen in place as Mana starts the song over again. That was just a coincidence, right? But what are the odds that the events are exactly the same and that the timing is almost perfectly aligned with the stream? There's no way. I'll try calling Ka one more time. I call Ka once again to hear. Sorry. This is a scenario. To hear a continuous ringing, no response, a prompt to leave a no voicemail is the only thing I hear. We've been blocked. Maybe Ka is just asleep, and that's why she's not answering. But why did it only ring twice, and now it's ringing all the way to voicemail? After Mana said she muted her phone, not putted her phone on muted. I swallow and take a deep breath before making my way closer to Kaz's house. I reach the gate of her house, with my phone still in my hand. Mana is currently chatting in between songs. I reach my finger for the doorbell, but hesitate to press it. I'm unsure if this is what I should be doing. The desire to confirm my suspicion is so strong that I'm fighting every existing belief I have that the knowledge should be kept a secret. No, there's no possible way. They're completely different people, and I have to get my keys or else I won't be able to go back. I really am stupid for thinking this, let's just press it. Finally gather the strength to push the doorbell. I can see my hand shaking. Mana continues to talk like normal. Each second that passes feels like eternity. I concentrate on every word that is spoken through my phone. 5 seconds pass, 6, 7. I hear the faint sound of a doorbell, and I see Mana's model perk up. Sorry for the interruptions, guys. I'll be right back. Don't blow everything up while I'm gone. I can feel my heart racing as I swallow. My eyes are locked on the front door of Kaz's house. After what feels like an eternity, I hear the sounds of the door being unlocked. Kat walks out, her typical casual mannerism showing as she approaches. She opens her mouth and what comes out is that familiar tired voice. Yeah, sorry that you called and now I see that you're standing outside my house again. Did I say that I was busy? Did you miss me that? Kat stops before the gate, pauses after seeing my expression on my face. I don't even know what my expression was showing. Was it shock, happiness, anger, excitement, disappointment, all of the above? What's with that expression? Is something wrong? Are you Mana? What? Kia stops after realizing that Mana's usual background music is playing faintly from my phone. Time freezes, and the only sound that can be heard is the sound of Mana's BGM. It takes Kia what feels like a minute to come to a realization. Her expression immediately changes, her eyes widen as she starts breathing heavily. Hey, it's not. I can hear the deep breaths that Kia has to take in between her words, and I'm unable to form my own words to say. Kia shows that there isn't a way to get out of this situation. If she's to return, the timing would just further confirm my suspicion. If she stays here, then that would just end up doing the same. I can see terror and confusion in her expression. The surge of thoughts and emotions rushing through my mind is overpowering any decision to say something to alleviate the situation. I need to say something, anything. Left my keys in your room, I think. Oh, I let me get them real quick. Kia walks quickly back into her house, her steps erratic. Minutes pass as I stand outside. Suddenly I hear the voice of Mana. Hey guys, I'm really sorry, but something important just came up. We're going to have to end the stream here. Nothing bad, I promise. I'll see everybody at my anniversary stream. Wayasa Mana. The stream immediately ends without transitioning to Mana's outro. Her voice was shaky and out of breath. The realization hits me that this actually is the same voice as the one I've been hearing that has little to no life to it. After a few minutes, Kia comes out with my keys in hand. Here. Thanks. She hands me the keys and then we both stand in silence, not making eye contact. Kia's the first to break the silence. You know, don't you? What even are my options here? It's obvious to both of us. At this point, playing dumb might just make her angry. Yeah. Give me some time to process this. I'll message you tomorrow night. Oh, okay. I won't tell anyone. Have more faith in my trust. I know you're not the type of person to try and spread it. Please don't reach out to me until I message you. I need some time to myself. Okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow then. Night. I expected this to turn out it was a different scenario, but it was an okay scenario. I watch as Kat turns and walks back into her house. I just stand in place even after the door has shut behind her. I don't know what happened after that. The thing I knew, I was in my room staring at my ceiling. I was unaware of anything happening around me. There was only one thing I could focus on. Kat. VTuber Connect. That was the end of that chapter. I lie in bed, still processing whether the events that had transpired were just a dream. I don't know how long it's been since I've arrived home, but I'm unable to fall asleep. I breathe heavily, my heart's still pounding from the rush of emotions I'm feeling. So Kat is Mana. I wanna say something. Isn't his sister supposed to come back soon? Imagine if that's tomorrow. I'd think that would explain a lot of things, but that just makes everything else more confusing. Why are they so different? Or are they? I mean, I guess they have a similar way of messing with people. But how are their voices coming from the same person? Voice acting. Ow! I had a cramp in my foot there. Mana is so positive and hopeful, but Kya seems like the soul has been sucked out of her. Kya, who's so hard on herself, and Mana, who's the object of everyone's attention. I had always thought VTubers, Mana especially, were these unreachable figures of kindness, virtue, and strength. Should I be angry that Kya is completely different? If so, then why aren't I? Shouldn't I be calling her a liar, a cow, and a coward? Is that even fair? This is going out, line for the character. We've just had all of this conversation and other stuff. All I can feel right now is confusion, of course, and excitement. The sudden realization hits me. I've been interacting with Mana this entire time. This is something everybody only dreams about. They only get to see her on stream and can never make their existence known. Maybe you can get a bit of attention by donating, but almost everybody will never even get acknowledged. And I've been able to interact with her in person, even spending time alone with her. I've been inside Mana's room, alone with her. Mana has been voluntarily interacting with me this entire time. Surely that means she has an interest in me, right? I can be someone special to a person like Mana. How many people can only dream of this situation? Even more, so that I know her identity. How many people know this besides me? Maybe her parents. I mean, Kya doesn't seem to interact with too many people, so it must only be me, right? I pull up my phone and open private browser and start searching for any indication that Mana's identity is known on the internet. There's no concrete evidence for any speculations, only wild assumptions built on desperate grasp of information. These are all completely wrong. Nobody knows a thing. And very likely, the only one who knows. This is actually crazy. One day, I'm just any one of her tens of thousand viewers, and the next I figure out I've been spending time with her alone. I don't know how long I spent awake in bed that night. The adrenaline wouldn't wear off, even after multiple hours of browsing the web for praises about Mana. I'm pretty sure I've exhausted every top comment section on all of her VODs. Everybody praising her. This is the person that I'm special to. The last thing I remember before falling asleep is a clip of Mana's. When I open my eyes, I'm greeted by the brightness of a sun, long past dawn. I feel a bit sick as I turn my head to locate my phone, realizing that I didn't get much sleep. I immediately recall the events of the night prior, and I'm once again unable to contain my thoughts. The feeling in my chest has grown to be almost crippling. The intense aching of a fresh infatuation overwhelms any other sensation I am feeling. It's already noon. How many hours of sleep did I even get? Still have so much time before Kya contacts me. I don't even feel like eating. Maybe I can wait until tonight and eat with Kya. I'm sure we have a lot of things to talk about. Look at my phone. At Kya's contact. No, I shouldn't. I just have to wait until tonight. I put my phone back down and start daydreaming to pass the time. I go through scenarios where I'm seen as Mana's partner, no matter how implausible, that's it, they are. Maybe Mana mentions that there's someone that's she's been seeing, and everybody starts getting jealous. Maybe some chat logs are leaked where she sends me suggestive messages. Maybe I'm out with Ka and I hear other people talking about how amazing Mana is. This contained on for hours. It's already turning night time. How long did you think for? Like, I can think for a long time, but that's a long time. Every hour that just passed just served to indulge in my own thoughts and strengthen the feelings I had. My heart felt like it would just jump out of my chest every time my phone would get a notification. The subsequent disappointment at seeing that it wasn't from Ka would feel equally as powerful. Eventually, a message from Ka came at around the time when the sun was starting to set. Can you meet me at the beach in a bit, like in 30 minutes? I take deep breaths to calm myself as I come to terms that this isn't a dream. Yeah. Okay, I'll see you soon. Wait, 30 minutes? I still need to take a shower and change clothes. I rush through all my overdue tasks of freshening up for the day and head to the beach. VTuber Connect. I think this is, coming to the end of this. It doesn't take long for the shore orange with the warm glow of the sun to enter my vision. Despite not having much time to prepare, I arrived 5 minutes early, then the agreed upon time. I can feel my anticipation rising as I approach the shore. Step onto the sand and start looking for any sight of Ka. Eventually I catch the sight of a familiar figure looking out at the ocean. The rush of emotions from seeing Ka is unlike anything I've felt before from being with her. I'm seeing her in a completely different light than before. Yes, it's called orange sunlight. Happens when the sun's going down. She turns to me when she notices my presence. She looks even worse than usual. Was it because I found out about her secret? You look like you didn't get any sleep at all. That's what I should be saying. Are you okay? Never been better. Ka returns a weak smile, but I can see her visible trembling. Her expressions shifts to a more fearful, pained look. What's with that expression? I don't necessarily expect her to be ecstatic that her secret's out. But if she trusted me to keep it to myself, then isn't it better that she has someone that she can talk about her secret with? Ka just silently stands there, her eyes occasionally shifting to me. Does she have something that she wants to say? Maybe I can ease up the mood, so that she can calm down. So you're Mana, eh? That sure was a surprise. I never would have guessed. Makoto's expression just becomes more pained and terrified. Am I making it worse? Is it because she's thinking it's a bad thing? Isn't it a good thing that I know she's this amazing person? You're pretty amazing, no? This huge VTuber that inspires so many? No, that's not. That's true. I was thinking that you're just this negative person, but you managed to keep positive and smile through as Mana. Stop. You managed that your goal was to become a strong, beautiful, and happy person. I think it's Mana. You've shown that you're all of those. Stop it. I flinched at Mana's, not Mana's, Ka's outburst. This is the first time I've ever heard her shout like that. Stop it, please. Just stop. I'm not any of that. I'm taken aback at her reaction, as she looks more pained than I've ever seen her before. What do you mean? You really don't get it, do you? Say, don't you remember all of the conversations we've had about mana, or just about identity in general? Realization hits me. The conversation we had when we first met, the one at the aquarium, everyone we've had about VTubers, they are related to our experiences as mana. So obvious. What was I thinking about for the past day? I've told you before, more than anything, I wish to become the kind of person that mana's identity embodies. Someone who has the strength to overcome any hardship with a smile. Someone who is selfless and beautiful. Someone who is happy. When I become mana, that's my attempt to try and renovate myself into that kind of person. That's what her identity has come to embody. But that's not actually who I am deep inside. I'm just hiding everything when I become mana. Isn't it? Sorry, give me 1 second. Isn't that so contradictory? I strive for a certain identity, and when people start to see me as that, I start to feel guilty. I was about to say guilty. Guilty. I think that's what I was going to say. Guilty. When I was trying to say guilty. There's nobody to blame but myself. I'm basically lying by hiding everything. But if you're the one behind the actions of mana, when she embodies those values, then aren't you embodying them yourself? You're still the same person, no? How different could you be from mana on screen? You're really going to make me say it, aren't you? What do you mean? Haven't you figured it out already? Do you think I make jokes about suffering and essential dread just for fun? Huh? That's just my way of coping. It's funny, isn't it? Most people would kill to be in the position I'm in with VTubing. They are people who work so hard but never get to catch a glimpse of what it's like to be at the top. So tell me, why am I not happy? I'm sure if everybody saw me, they would be disgusted. Maybe they would laugh at me. Maybe they would even want me to disappear. Honestly, I wish it was that way. Aren't you angry? You put VTubers on a pedestal, but now the one you've idolized the most turns out to be me. Someone who's as selfish, hypocritical, repulsive and broken as I am. But you're not. No. You don't know anything about me. You don't understand anything about me. Even before I became a VTuber, I've always hated myself. I've always hated how weak and selfish I am, and how I've always hurt others. I hate how I'm always tired. I hate how I can only think negatively. I hate how I always selfishly get involved with people knowing I'll just hurt them. I hate how my very existence just brings suffering to others. VTubing was a way that I could fix all of that, start fresh, and try to become the person I wanted to be, while also trying to bring happiness to others. And VTubing became one of my few happiness in this world. I wish that's all it was, but there was so much more to it that's brought me suffering. Everybody believes I'm an amazing person, but in reality, I'm often crying myself to sleep at how pathetic I am. Even as a VTuber, I just end up hurting people. I selfishly involved myself with another VTuber and ended up just causing them suffering. Why? Why was it me? Why did I make it big and not her? She's so much more amazing than me. And every single day I have to work myself to death to meet the expectations of mana. Communicating with artists, planning out schedules, creating thumbnails, editing videos, and rehearsing songs. Meeting deadlines, dealing with issues like copyright, on top of going to school on my own time. Not to mention having to deal with hate messages, people being overbearing, not knowing the intentions of anybody that wants to talk to you. Having to watch everything you say on stream, always worrying about my viewer or subscriber numbers. People trying to impersonate me. I'm always being insecure if my performance is good enough, or if I'm living up to expectations. Every little mistake weighing on me, on my mind for the longest time. Do you have any idea of what kind of things people say about me? No matter what I do, they are always people who are dissatisfied. There will always be people who say the cruelest things. I take a break. Wow, man, I must not care about her viewers. I stream more. Oh, I'm going to have every action misinterpreted or psychologically lied by obsessed people. Like, I know I'm singing it up. I know. Why can't some people just be nice? Like, just leave me alone. I've had no time to indulge myself in the things that I want to do on my own time. I have no time to play the games I want to play. No time to give to the people that I want to give to in my personal life. Even if I had time, I don't even know if I could find it in myself to do any of those things. Any time I do get to myself, I just spend in bed, unable to find the motivation to do anything. It's not uncommon for me to find myself staring at my computer screen with a load of work piled up, and for me to just start crying. You know how my anniversary stream is coming up? I've been spending my time on trying to find a solution to my issues, or wallowing in despair instead of working on any of it. And now I have so much piled up that I haven't even started on. I'm just so tired of it all. It ends up reflecting my own attitude, and just end up lashing out at people, or I come off as uninterested or negative, which just makes me hate myself even more. Why? Why am I like this? Why don't I understand? Why am I like this? I just stand there, unable to say anything. What am I even supposed to say? I didn't know anything about what she's saying. This is how she's felt this entire time. How could I be so stupid? She's given hints at it the entire time I've been talking to her. Seeing Kat agonizing like this is too much. Please don't go on. That's not even the end of it. Do you know why I've been interacting with you? It's because I wanted to see how someone who liked Mana would see me. Since I'm Mana, and she's so loved, surely this broken part of myself can also be loved, right? See, isn't that so pathetic? I got you involved for such a stupid reason, even knowing you would just get hurt in the end. I look at how everything turned out, and look at how everything turned out. This is my punishment for being so stupid and selfish. How could someone like me be loved? I can't find the right words to say. I want to say that what Ka said isn't true. Of course she can be loved. But what about my own experiences? Why did I suddenly start getting obsessed over Ka after finding out that she was Mana? They're the same person, aren't they? But Ka is the side of herself that she doesn't want to show people. Is that the side that I care less about than Mana? I definitely felt something for Ka before finding out, but now it's just mixed with my infatuations for mana, how am I able to understand what I felt? Is Kara right in that I just started liking her because of her status as mana? And look at me, just ranting to you, selfishly like this, about my own issues. I didn't want you to know, because I was afraid you would come to hate me after figuring out how pathetic the person behind mana is. But I let myself become too indulgent in this temporary happiness. I got careless. No, this shouldn't have even happened in the first place. I never should have been selfish and involved you. Let's have this be my last act of selfishness towards you. From now I won't involve myself with you anymore. My heart sinks. How could that be for the best? How could that be what I would want? What? That's not. This is for the best. I know I've already hurt you. I don't want you to continue being hurt. I don't want to continue interacting with you, knowing that I'm hurting you. How could this be for the best? I don't think any of those things about you. Didn't you mention in one of our previous conversations about not feeling like you're understood? You might think that I'm wrong about what I just said, but I don't think you'll ever come to understand what I've been through, and I'm going through. That hits me like a sledgehammer. I've just been grasping at whatever I can find in myself to try and say to Ka to fix things, but I never once understood what she was going through, nor did I even try to understand what she was going through. I was only thinking about myself and how I could gain from Ka being mana. How pathetic am I? Ka's eyes widen as she realizes the impact of what she said. Why do I keep doing this? Sorry, and goodbye. Ka turns and starts running. I reach out my hands towards her in a futile attempt to try and bring her back. I can't bring it to myself to call out for her, to tell her that she's wrong, because maybe she wasn't. How could I know? I didn't know anything about her. Even if I did understand her, what am I supposed to say? I can't just say be happy, and that will be the end of that. How is someone like me supposed to help her out of her depression? I'm supposed to just tell her that it'll get better. As a VTuber, that's just a lie, isn't it? I can't just tell her I'm here for you. It's alright, be alright. How conceited is that, coming from someone who didn't make any efforts to understand her? And what can I even do? I'm telling her you're not the awful person you think you are. Does that even mean anything coming from me? All I could do was watch as Ka went out of my sight. I continued standing on the beach for what felt like hours. VTuber Connect. I think that's best point to leave it off for now. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a nice day, safe, up to Apple, maybe even monsters, need kids, vitamins, very important. I'm bye. See you next time. Have a nice day, bye.